On the night of August 31, under the cover of darkness in occupied Crimea, the stillness of the peninsula was shattered by thunderous explosions. A massive target, once a symbol of scientific ambition, had become a focal point in the modern space warfare theater. The RT-70 radio telescope, also known as P-2500, located in Yevpatoria. This was no ordinary strike, but a meticulously calculated assault aimed at the heart of Russia's GLONASS satellite navigation system, the lifeblood of its military operations. Behind this operation was the elite Prymary unit of Ukraine's Defense Intelligence Agency, HER, executing a daring plan with precision and unrelenting resolve. The story of this strike is not just a military triumph, but a testament to Ukraine's determination to reclaim control and weaken the enemy on occupied soil. If you support Ukraine, comment with the number 1. The RT-70 radio telescope, with its colossal 230-foot parabolic antenna, standing 282 feet tall and weighing 5,500 tons, was once a crown jewel of Soviet space science. Built at the Yevpatoria Deep Space Communications Center, the RT-70 played a key role in bringing humanity closer to distant planets like Mars and Venus, supporting interplanetary missions and studying cosmic phenomena such as quasars, solar winds, and asteroids. Operating across frequencies from 5 GHz to 300 GHz with a signal sensitivity of 10 to the minus 23 watts per meter squared, the RT-70 remains one of the world's most powerful tools for radio astronomy. After Russia's illegal annexation of Crimea in 2014, the facility was repurposed into a strategic military asset. The Yevpatoria Center was restructured as Unit 81415, or NIP-16, under Russia's aerospace forces, tasked with supporting the GLONASS system, Russia's answer to GPS. With a 200-kilowatt transmitter and the Goliaf receiver housing specialized klystrons, each capable of generating 1 megawatt pulse power at 8 to 12 gigahertz, the RT-70 became indispensable for controlling and refining GLONASS satellite orbits, boosting system accuracy by 30%, as claimed by Russian Colonel Vinokurov in 2017. This transformation turned the RT-70 into a prime military target. With only 2 RT-70 telescopes completed worldwide, one in Crimea and one in Ussurisk, destroying the Yevpatoria facility dealt a tactical and economic blow. Klystrons, custom-built based on Soviet-era designs, cost tens of millions of dollars and require at least 18 months to manufacture. Ukraine recognized this vulnerability, and as its demilitarization campaign in Crimea intensified in 2025, the RT-70 became a priority target. The strike on the RT-70 was the culmination of months of planning, intelligence gathering, and preparation by the Prymary unit, HER's elite special forces, known for high-precision operations. Weeks before August 31, HER operatives worked covertly, leveraging ground intelligence networks and electronic reconnaissance to map the Yevpatoria Deep Space Communication Center. Satellite imagery from Western allies, including data from the US KH-12 satellite with sub-4-inch resolution, combined with reconnaissance from Bayraktar TB2 drones, capable of 186-mile ranges and 27-hour flight endurance, provided a detailed picture of the facility's defenses. The Yevpatoria Center was heavily fortified, guarded not only by Russian infantry, but also by a dense air defense network. Short-range systems like the Pantsir S-1
with a 12.4-mile range and 49,200-foot altitude detection, armed with 12 57E6E missiles reaching Mach 3, were deployed around the site. The 96L6AP radar, part of the S-400 Triumph system, could detect threats up to 186 miles away and track 100 targets simultaneously. Russian electronic warfare systems, such as the Krasuka-4, jammed GPS and drone control signals within a 155-mile radius. Facing such defenses, Ukraine needed a plan that was both bold and precise.
The Prymary unit opted for a custom-built kamikaze drone, internally dubbed the Vulcan, designed for high-precision strikes. The Vulcan carried a 110-pound explosive payload, reached speeds of 124 miles per hour, and had a 621-mile operational range. Constructed from carbon fiber, it weighed 265 pounds empty, with a 8.2-foot wingspan, powered by a mini-turbine engine sustaining a 93-mile-per-hour cruising speed for 6 hours. Equipped with inertial navigation and jam-resistant GPS, the Vulcan could fly below 164 feet to evade radar, carrying a high-explosive warhead equivalent to 154 pounds of TNT, capable of penetrating concrete structures. Ukrainian engineers integrated a 4K night vision camera and real-time data transmission via AES-256 encryption, allowing remote operators to adjust flight paths even under jamming conditions. The attack plan unfolded in 3 phases: reconnaissance, deployment, and execution. During reconnaissance, HUR teams pinpointed the Goliaf receiver, the heart of the RT-70, housing critical components like klystrons and amplifiers. A strike here could disable the entire system. Teams also mapped air defense positions, calculating distances between Pantsir S-1 units and the 96L6AP radar, and estimated a 3-minute Russian response time from detection to engagement. On the night of August 30, as Crimea lay under darkness, Prymary teams launched from a secret base in Kherson, 186 miles from Yevpatoria. The site was chosen for its strategic position, beyond Russian radar range, allowing Vulcan drones to follow routes avoiding heavily defended areas. A team of 12 technicians and electronic warfare specialists prepared 3 Vulcan drones, 2 targeting the RT-70 and 1 aimed at the GLONASS dome. Each drone underwent rigorous pre-flight checks, with technicians verifying navigation systems and loading pre-programmed flight paths. The routes leveraged Crimea's hilly terrain and sparsely populated areas, keeping drones below 328 feet to avoid radar. To counter Russian electronic warfare, each drone carried a decoy signal emitter mimicking a flock of birds with a radar cross-section under 0.01 square meters, tricking Russian radar into dismissing them as non-threatening. At 11 p.m., the drones launched from a mobile platform propelled by small jet engines for initial velocity. The 3 Vulcans took off silently, save for a faint engine hum, flying in a V formation 1,640 feet apart to avoid simultaneous detection. Their programmed route crossed the Perekop Isthmus, traversed sparse agricultural lands in northern Crimea, and approached Yevpatoria from the northwest, where air defenses were less dense than near Russia's Sevastopol naval base. As the Vulcans entered Crimean airspace, Russian defenses activated. The 96L6AP radar detected an anomaly 31 miles out, But the drone's decoy signals distorted data, registering as unidentified objects rather than threats. Primary operators, monitoring from a Kherson command center, adjusted flight paths in real time using live video feeds, avoiding high-density defense zones like a Pantsir S-1 unit near Saki, 12.4 miles from Yevpatoria.
At 11:45 p.m., the first drone struck the GLONASS dome. Traveling at 112 miles per hour, it detonated its 110-pound warhead, creating a fiery explosion that collapsed the dome and destroyed internal equipment, including satellite control servers and high-speed data systems. Russian forces at Yevpatoria went on high alert, activating Pantsir S-1 systems to scan the skies. A nearby 50-soldier infantry unit was dispatched, but the chaos delayed their response. The remaining 2 drones, flying low and using decoy signals, remained undetected.
The second and third drones targeted the RT-70, approaching from the west and north to split defensive focus. At 6.2 miles out, they accelerated to 124 miles per hour, switching to inertial navigation to counter GPS jamming. Russia's Krasuka 4, with an estimated 100 kilowatts jamming power, disrupted signals. But Ukraine's backup Starlink satellite link, with a 20-millisecond latency, enabled real-time flight adjustments. At 12:05 a.m. on August 31, the second drone struck the RT-70's Goliaf receiver, its 110-pound warhead unleashing a massive black smoke plume, shattering the telescope's core. Klystrons and amplifiers, worth millions, were obliterated. Seconds later, the third drone hit the antenna's base, ensuring it was inoperable even with repairs. Flames raged, illuminating Yevpatoria sky as debris rained down. The second blast sparked a fire lasting over 3 hours, destroying auxiliary systems like a 500-kilowatt backup generator and fiber optic cables linking the RT-70 to its control center. Russian forces responded too late. A Pantsir S-1 shot down debris mistaken for a drone, but the damage was done. Infantry units arrived to find the RT-70, a symbol of Russian technological prowess, reduced to burning wreckage. A leaked Russian report later revealed 5 military technicians killed and 12 injured in the attack. As dawn broke over Crimea, the strike's toll became clear. The RT-70, one of Russia's 2 largest radio telescopes, was completely disabled. The Goliaf receiver was destroyed, and its irreplaceable klystrons reduced to scrap. The GLONASS dome was leveled, disrupting Russia's satellite control capabilities. HER's initial assessment confirmed the Yevpatoria Deep Space Communication Center was paralyzed, severing a critical link in the GLONASS system. The strategic impact extended beyond physical damage. GLONASS, vital for guiding Russian weapons, missiles, and drones, faced a 50–60% accuracy drop. Operations in Crimea and the Black Sea, from warship navigation to missile deployment, were severely hampered. For instance, Kaliber cruise missiles, reliant on GLONASS for sub-10-foot accuracy, could see errors up to 33 feet, reducing combat effectiveness. Repairing the RT-70 requires vast resources and time, especially with Russia relying on Soviet-era klystron designs. The strike carried profound psychological weight. Prigozhin's video of the drones hitting their targets went viral, amassing over 10 million views on X within 24 hours. Amplifying global support for Ukraine. It boosted Ukrainian morale and sent a clear message to Russia: no target, however fortified,
is beyond Ukraine's reach.
The attack on the RT-70 was more than a military victory. It marked a turning point in the Ukraine-Russia space warfare contest. It showcased Ukraine's ability to blend intelligence, advanced technology, and bold strategy against a resource-superior foe. The strike was the first complete neutralization of a Russian strategic space facility by an adversary, ushering in a new era of high-tech warfare. Amid Crimea's demilitarization campaign, it underscored Ukraine's fight not just for territory, but to dismantle the technological foundations of Russia's occupation.
As the smoke cleared, the RT-70, a symbol of scientific and military ambition, lay in ruins, a testament to Ukraine's resilience and ingenuity. Yet, questions linger. Can Russia recover from this blow, or is it the start of greater losses? Western analysts predict Russia will shift resources to its Ussuri-esque RT-70, already strained and lacking spare parts. Only time will tell. If you support Ukraine, comment with the number 1.